Aloha, Shamans! Welcome to our little corner of the galaxy here in this dimensional space called EarthStar Spiritual Center. Coming live to you on Tuesday, May 28th, 2024. We're in Greensboro, North Carolina, United States of America. So thank you to all our Space Force friends, our galactic family, and for all our friends and family all around the world. Thank you for joining us tonight and on the replay. So we are your hosts tonight, Dale and Jeanne Stacy. We are the Abbots of EarthStar Spiritual Center. And our topic tonight will be, as we continue part 5 of Galactic Shamanism, it will be 4 levels of reality and the creation process.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. We appreciate your spending a little bit of your valuable time with us tonight. We appreciate that so much. I think this is a sort of a little difficult discussion that we're going to have tonight. So I think it'll be really beneficial, but it's not the easiest thing to understand, but it's a good one. It's a good thing. So we appreciate your liking and subscribing to our channel. And please chat with us if you're out there. We appreciate that a lot.
Thank you, love. All right. Well, let's get right to it because we know you're busy folks. Okay. So let's see. First slide then. Yes, there we are. 4 levels of reality, the creation process. This is part 5. And this is we come right out of the Shamanic Mystery School book. And also, if you want to join along with that, we're on pages 44 and 45 tonight. Good. Let's say aloha to
Hey,
Patricia. Wonderful hearing from you, seeing you, Patricia. Hope you had a wonderful week. A wonderful day, rather, and going to have a great week. Thank you for being here. Good. All right, and we are EarthStar Spiritual Center. So we are a multi-faith online church for living Aloha. And Aloha is our core principles to the left there in the clouds. All loving God, love, oneness, heart path, and as above, so below. That's who we are. I've been doing this since 2002. So yes, we love our life. Here's a list of some of the meditation videos we have on the EarthStar Spiritual Center YouTube channel. So just make sure you go to the channel, click on any one of those. We have well over 100 videos. Maybe you can find something that really speaks to your spirit. And Patricia, yes, good to see you too. Also, hope you've had a lot of things come to you since our beach retreat in spring, right? So it's a wonderful time together. And these are some of the books we've written. So you can find the books in the show notes, the links on Amazon. And also, if you're an author and you'd like to get your work published, then contact us. Look on the website. I've got the link in the show notes for EarthStar Publishing. And we can help guide you through that maze of being a published author. It's a wonderful thing if you're a writer. Yeah. And these are some of the classes we have going on right now, spring and summer. So we have the second class of Qigong this coming Saturday for our instructor class. But if you just want to take the class just to learn the Qigong movements, you're more than welcome to do that too. And then we have our Merkaba class, the Alpha Omega. That'll be the big class July 20th and 21st. So 2-day class. So just make sure you register the Wednesday before. And all the info will be in the show notes and also on the website and Facebook for that. This is Jeannie's Making Things Pretty. This is her beauty ministry. So make sure you go and check out the links to that on Facebook for her beautiful wreaths and bows and florals she makes. And remember, Shaq, we are Shamans of Aloha. So remember, smiles, hugs, acts of kindness, compliments, and kisses. Try to do the whole set at least once a day, and even better if you can do it twice a day. And always remember, please remember your default nature. You are divine. You always have been, you are, and you will be forever. Just think you have enough energy to live forever as some sort of spiritual energy, whether or not you have a physical manifestation or not. You may put on a different set of clothing, different uniform, a different body, okay, different carbon unit, but you are divine and you have enough energy to sustain yourself for all of eternity. So remember, you are awesome, you are beautiful, and you are perfect. And please let this be your default nature. Please know this, mind, body, and spirit. All right, so tonight then, we're going to talk about the 4 levels of reality and the creation process. This is part 5 coming from the Shamanic Mystery School. If you go to the YouTube channel and you can check the other videos and catch up on the first 4. Okay? All right, so tonight then, the 4 levels of reality.
Reality can be divided into 4 levels to focus our consciousness and manage our energy.
Yeah, so remember that ceremony and ritual, which is everything that we do, because we have a reason why we do the things we do. So everything is ceremony and ritual. And that is how we're able to use the processes of ceremony and ritual to manage our energy. And if we're able to manage this energy flow within the 4 levels of reality for our little 3D purpose here, then you're going to find that you're going to be a very effective and efficient shaman of Aloha.
An effective shaman shifts awareness through these realities at various times to gain a better understanding or influence the creative field.
Right. So if we're able to shift through these 4 levels of reality, just imagine if we have a challenge, or if we have a creation process we're working on, something we want to do, somebody we want to be. Just imagine if you're able to approach that from these 4 different levels of reality. That way you're able to yoke the wisdom from each one of these levels in order to make your dreams come true. And that way we're able to influence our creative field in so much, especially when we're able to use this with our earth superpowers. Now, what are these 4 levels of reality? So let's go to that.
Number 1, objective. All things are separate.
Yeah, so this is how sometimes we think about 3D. Remember 3D, our density level of 3D, our focus here is self-awareness, okay? As opposed to 4D, which would be love, and 5D, which is wisdom and light, right? So in 3D then, with our self-awareness, we are taught that things are separate. People, places, and things are all separate. We're able to detach from these things because they are separate. We're able to disconnect from people, places, and things because we are separate. And remember, this is what we're taught in 3D. We're not. We're always connected, and we're always attached. But in 3D, we're taught to be detached, taught to be disconnected. And it's a very dualistic, right? For instance, very yin and yang, man and woman, day, night, sweet, sour, right? Cloudy day, sunny day, wet, dry, right? So any type of yin and yang or dualistic perspective, that's what the objective level of reality is. And this can be used to our advantage.
So is that the same thing as polarity?
Yes, same as polarity. Yes, definitely.
And number 2, subjective. All things are connected.
Yeah, now we're moving into another level of reality of conscious awareness, where we can use our clairvoyance, right? Being able to see things with our third eye, clairaudience, hearing with our cosmic ears, or clairsentience, being able to sense and feel our environment with our cosmic awareness, right? So using our ESP, our telepathy, so our extrasensory perception, our telepathic senses, to be able to know that we are truly connected to every person, place, or thing. And then, of course, being able to create a reality by doing our shamanic dreaming, by dreaming in our mind how our day or how this particular event or challenge will progress and the things that we want to happen during this time. So all this is very important for our subjective way of being. And now this is a conscious awareness, just like the objective level. So all things are separate, and then subjective, all things are connected. So that's 2 out of the 4.
Number 3, symbolic. Excuse me. All things are a reflection.
Yes. So all things are a reflection, right? They're a mirror. So just think, this applies to people, places, and things. Okay? So that means it could be things we see or experience, hear, feel, experience in dreams. And this is not just our nighttime dreams, but also our daydreams, which all of us, I'm sure, we realize we do quite a lot of. Okay? Also, any type of imagery that we want to use. Just, for instance, just thinking about something, thinking about memory from the past, or thinking about a vacation we want to go on, right? So any type of imagery, we could come up with that. Perhaps we're walking in the yard and we see a 4-leaf clover. Wow, I would think that's going to be, it means that we're going to be lucky. So what is it we're going to be lucky in? Is it going to be something with a person, a place, or thing? Or is it going to be with a thought? Or is it going to be with words? Or is it going to be with how we feel or how we act? And then also visions, right? Visions are very important. Sometimes visions will just happen. You could just be doing anything, and all of a sudden you have crossed some sort of telepathic portal. You break through that portal and you're able to see some events happening. You see yourself being there, doing these things, and then all of a sudden you snap back into your conscious time as far as where you used to be. Right? So all this is very important with our symbolic consciousness. Okay? Let me say hello to Deanna. Aloha, Deanna. Thanks for joining us from the last frontier. Nice to know that cyberspace reaches all the way across there. Thank you. Hope you had a great day. You're going to have a great week. So when we think about being symbolic, then, especially this reflective thing, in Shaman Mystery School, and also in the books that we've written, we often think about 4D would be a density level where we would focus on the reflection of things. So anything that we think is pretty or beautiful, well, the reason why we're able to notice that is because we have that same concept within us. We're pretty or beautiful on the inside. Same thing with someone or something or some person we don't like, right? If we think someone is very abrasive, well, guess what? That's reflecting that abrasive attitude or quality within us. Now, it may not be a big part of who you are day to day, but just know that whether it's a shadow part of you that is telling you this so that it wants to get out, it wants to be released, it wants to be blessed and cleared and replaced with Aloha consciousness. So make sure you pay definite attention with your symbolic level of reality.
I know, and I think sometimes maybe you want to go back and talk about reflection more, because that is so, not tonight,
right,
but that is such an important part of shamanism. I think it's one of the most important parts and one of the most difficult for people to accept.
Yes, because the 3D ego does not like a reflection, because the 3D ego doesn't want to know that what they don't like is inside of them, right? The 3D ego doesn't like that at all, because then it has to do something about it, right? Because it's now you see the elephant in the room. Okay, now we got to address that. Right? So the 3D ego tries to push that away.
Holistic, number 4, all things are one.
Yeah, now we're getting to a great level of our cosmic attention, intention, oneness, and unity, right? Because I am you and you are me, as the Maya say, and Lakesh Alakan, right? I'm another you and you're another me. Or I am everything and everything is me, right? Or we are everything and everything is us. So now when we're thinking about being on the holistic level, imagine when you're doing this, like, for instance, doing some type of healing work or something. Imagine if you realize that if you yourself are well, you're happy, you're joyful, you're just having a great day, well, that means that everyone else around you is going to be able to feel and use that energy, because we're all one, right? So just think, when we look at all these levels, then let's go back and look at this from, let's say, a healing perspective. So let's say we want to be a shaman of healing today, and we want to do some type of objective healing. Well, maybe we would do some Reiki, energy healing, or perhaps we could do some Huna, Hawaiian energy healing. So somebody's on the table, a separate person. I mean, they're not me, they're on the table. They have this particular challenge physically, and I would want to work on them and have some type of session. So I could do that, right? I would do the hand positions with the Reiki, some of the hand positions with the Huna, and that would work that way as far as that healing. But now let's say we wanted to move to a subjective level during this healing session. Well, now I would try to connect with this person mentally, spiritually, heartfully, right? I would send them messages of wellness, glad tidings, feeling great, I would ask them, what is it you would do if you were feeling 100% today? What would you like to do? And after they tell me what they'd like to do, well, that's what I would envision the entire time. So that way, knowing that we're connected on some level, that energy now permeates their healing essence. So that's how we can use a subjective part. And now let's say somebody comes in and still the same person on the table. And now I would ask, okay, during this healing session, if anything comes up in your mind, some kind of image, a person, place, or thing, please let me know. If you get some sort of vision, you see any type of imagery, if you have any type of little daydream while we're doing this, let me know. And then that way we can both reflect on the image itself and try to decide how could the symbol be used for your healing wellness. Right? And then we come to the holistic level. So still the same person's on the table. We're connected telepathically because we know all of us are connected all the time. And then also we're engaged in this symbolic reality where we're trying to use the symbolism that approaches the person during a healing session. And now being holistic, I want to make sure that as I'm working on the person during the healing session, I feel great. I feel calm. I feel balanced. I feel loved. I feel whole. That way, the way I'm feeling will then be transferred into this person because I am them, or I am him and him or her, they're me, right? So if I feel good, they feel good. So that's how we could just use just a simple exercise of doing some type of healing work for someone. You can see that not only that person is healed, but you yourself are healed, and also all of humanity, all of the universe is healed because we're all one. Right? So you want to make sure that as a shaman, try to focus on these 4 levels of reality at any given time. Anytime you have a question, anytime you're trying to figure out any type of answer, a solution, anytime you're trying to do any type of dreaming to create a new project. So anything you want to use this for, make sure you apply the 4 levels of reality so that you have the entire picture, the totality of energy that's around you and the many, many dimensions of life around you. So it will help solve this particular challenge or enhance this challenge in the best way for you.
And we did that this afternoon
Yes.
with a client.
Yes, we did. We did exactly all 4 of these things with the client this afternoon. The same thing. And we try to do that with every client we see, whether it's life coach, shamanic life coaching, or whether it's some type of energy healing, energy process we can do. Okay. Outstanding. All right. So we have objective, subjective, symbolic, and holistic. All right. Now, let's look at this level of reality. Now, if you want to see this chart in a bigger sense, I've got it also in the book. So here you can see it in the book. Okay. It's on page 45. You can see it there. And I'm not sure if I have that on my website or not, but send me an email or something. I'll be happy to send this to you. Okay. So, and let me go ahead and blow this up so you can see it. I know that the print's kind of small. All right. So this is the creation process. Now, everyone uses this process, whether they are enlightened or this is their first lifetime as a human being, right? It just depends how good you're at doing this, as it makes you either a very efficient or effective shaman, just like any other skill, right? The better you are at it, then the better you're able to use it. So let's start with the conscious mind. So that's the box that's right in the middle to the right. So conscious, that would be our conscious attention, our conscious focus. And this is going to deal with the mind itself. Okay? And you see in parentheses there, think of this as being the adult in this 3-fold process, this trinity. Okay? So within the conscious mind, this is where we have imagination. This is where we decide things. This is where we focus or place attention on people, places, and things. And this is also where we establish whether something is important. And also this is where we establish order. All right, let me check in with Heidi. Aloha, Fire Owl. Thanks for joining us. Hope you've had a great day. Get ready to have a great week. Thanks for being here. Good. So we're on the conscious mind, Heidi, that center little, I guess, rounded square there to the right. So the conscious mind then, that's the adult phase. We could say that part. And it's about imagination, decision, focus, attention, importance, and order. So in the conscious mind then, it imagines a pattern, okay? Or it imagines some type of image, because this is how it's going to communicate with the subconscious. Okay? So the conscious mind decides that. Think about when you want to, let's say you want to go buy a car. Okay? So what do? You imagine yourself going to the dealership. You imagine yourself driving that car. You imagine being with other people in the car. You imagine going on a trip. You imagine as you think about the payments and how you're going to make that happen, right? So there's lots of things that you do in the conscious mind. So this is this gets the ball rolling in the creation process. It defines what and who you're going to be, okay, and what you're going to do. Now, with a little bit of energy, you see that little arrow goes down and goes to the left. The energy is with our focus and our power. We stay tuned into what we're doing. Aloha, brother, man. Thanks for joining us tonight. Good. Hope you had a great day. Get ready to have a great week. Thanks for being here. Good. Good. And then we can see that now we send this image to the subconscious. Now, the subconscious would kind of be the child. Let me take this banner off here so you can see that. So the subconscious then is the child in this trinity. So the adult then, the conscious mind, has sent a picture, an image, right? Sends it to the subconscious, which would be the body. And now the body, it remembers this image. And the body, the subconscious, only lives in the now. Okay? And it knows that this image is important because of the intensity of the experience. Your emotions come into effect. How important is this to you based on the emotional input you give to it? Also, the subconscious mind, since being the child, it wants to play and it wants to filter everything through pleasure, right? So if you can imagine in your conscious mind, allow your subconscious body to say that this is going to be fun, that we're going to create something with fun, then all the more powerful the subconscious body is going to remember that, okay? Because it memorizes the pattern or the picture, the image that you gave it. Okay? That's the child. Now, with all this intensity and all this play, how the child sends it to the third part of our Trinity, and that's the higher self. You can see the little arrow goes up. So the higher self, that's the superconscious, right? That's our spirit. That's our default nature. Remember, the spirit is who we are. That's what lives forever. So our spirit is about creativity and manifestation. It's about harmony, and it's about inspiration. Our spirit inspires us to create and sends us additional input. You can see to the right of the little block there with the superconscious. You see that right? It goes to a new pattern. That's the inspiration that the spirit sends out so that we can either modify or create a new pattern. And then you see the little lines, the arrows that goes back to the conscious mind. And so it makes this eternal circle. It just recycles this energy, this emphasis over and over, helping us to create. So going back to the higher self then, the superconscious, our spirit, it creates this pattern or image. Now go back to the conscious mind. So the conscious mind imagines a pattern. The subconscious mind, it memorizes this pattern. And then the superconscious or the spirit self, it creates this pattern. So we have imagination, we have memorization, and then we have creation. And this is the process of creating. We do this each and every day. We have done this for all of eternity, and we will continue to do this for all of eternity. This is the way that God creates. And remember, God is within or is every single cell of your body. Okay? You are God and God is us. So this is how we create life. We create our reality. So think about, we have over 8 billion people on this planet, and we have over 8 billion people using this formula to create, whether they know that or not. And so remember, the better shaman you're going to be is if you consciously use this process to create. You imagine something you want or someone you want to be. Your body applies the intensity, the emotion you give it. It memorizes that pattern, and then it sends it to our spirit for our spirit to inspire us and to create it. And then it gets showered back upon us. And so we do this day in and day out. So remember this pattern. Let your conscious mind remember this image. Remember this chart. It seems very simple on a chart, but it's just we got to make sure we understand we create every single thing in our reality. So if you have those days or you have challenges or events that come up, and then you have to step back and go, why did I create that? Well, now that's something else you got to figure out. Why did you create that? Because that's what we do each and every day. So use your shaman skills, be effective, be efficient, and create with conscious intention. So that way you spend 100% of your day living the life, doing what you love to do, being the person you want to be right now. We don't have to wait. We can be that person that you know you can be. It's all in your power, all in your grasp. Good. All right, now, let's see. Any questions? Make sure you chat with us. Let us know. Now, let's review all that. Okay? So here's our review. Our 4 levels of reality that we can use to interject into our conscious intention of moving in, through, and amongst these 4 levels to give us this totality of knowledge and wisdom to use in our creation process. That's the objective. Remember, that's knowing that all things are separate. The subjective, knowing that all things are connected, and we have this telepathic connection. Knowing that all things are symbolic. So understand what the symbol is, understand what that symbol means for you. Remember, one symbol does not mean the same thing to everyone else, because as you see by the little chart on the right, we all go through we use the same process of creation, but we have different filters that we would use. So make sure you understand what the symbolism means for you. And then the holistic level. So that way we know that we're all one. Everybody is you, and you are everyone else. Okay? And that way we understand that whatever happens to you is happening to everyone else, and whatever's happening to everyone else is happening to you. So that way when things come in, and there might not be nice things that are happening to other people, you make sure when it comes to you, you make sure you bless it, you love it, so that some way it transforms and transmutes that energy back to Aloha consciousness. So if you can, memorize this whole page, be objective, be subjective, use symbolism, be holistic, and then remember, use your conscious mind to create, to define, to identify, use your subconscious mind to memorize, okay, and to play, and then use your superconscious or your spirit mind to create and inspire. And this is what we do each and every day. Make sure you do that. Okay? And just stop this video if you like, and that way you can make a copy of this particular screen. Let me make this larger for you also. You can make a copy of it. Remember, just do a control print screen on your keyboard if you have one, if you're near a keyboard. So control print screen, and you can paste it onto a PowerPoint or a Word program, and you can save this and keep it in your phone and use it as a reference point. And you have my permission to share this with anyone you like. That's okay. It's all right that it's in the book, but you know, this is universal knowledge. This is universal wisdom to be shared with everyone within our greater creation. Okay, so please do that. All right. Heidi's got something. 4 directions. Yes, Heidi, definitely 4 directions, right? And by the way, you have a show coming up on Friday, maybe. So let me know if we're going to do that show on Friday. I'll message you a little bit later. Yeah, so remember those 4 directions also. That's another way they're able to use or combine the 4 levels of reality. So go back to Heidi's show that we did last Friday and look up those 4 directions, right? And apply those filters also, the 4 levels of reality, to help you to create in a very effective and efficient way. Right? Because why else would you want to create any other way other than being totally efficient and totally effective? Good. All right. Wait, no, got some ending slides to do. Remember that we are one collective diamond soul. Remember our particular diamond here in 3D on Mother Earth. It has over 8 billion facets, and we're all one, living within this one beautiful diamond soul. So really, we're just one soul, but all of us have these wonderful spirits. It's our spirit self that lives forever within this diamond soul as we travel throughout all of eternity, doing all the wonderful things we love to do with all the people we love being with. So make sure you visualize that beautiful diamond soul within you. And remember, you are divine. That is your divine. That is your default nature. You have always been, you are, and you will be forever. So make sure you look, act, and be divine. And make sure you look, act, and be awesome, beautiful, and perfect. Because this is who you are all the time. So if there's ever any time, any circumstance, any person, place, or thing that influences you in some way that pulls you away off that little teeter-totter of being awesome, beautiful, and perfect, first know that you're off balance, and then know how to get back to balance by being awesome, beautiful, and perfect, because this is who you are, always have been, and you will be for all of eternity. So thank you for being here with us tonight. Thank you so very much. We know you got very busy days, so thank you for being here, sharing your wisdom with us, for checking in with us and chatting. And please, refer the video to any friends and people who haven't joined the channel also, so we can build up the channel and keep spreading the word. And also invite in your galactic friends and family to join in and spread the word throughout the galaxy, because that's why we're here. We're galactic shamans of Aloha.
Thank you, everybody, for being with us tonight. Go back and watch this again if you need to. So anyway, thank you, and we will see you Friday night, 9 o'clock.
Friday night, 9 o'clock. And we love you. Remember, be the aloha in every moment. All right, let's do a pow, and we're out of here. 1, 2, 3, pow. Okay. All right, we love y'all, and aloha. Wait a minute. Hello, I missed you. Gonna do it again. Push another button.